Everyone, my name's Pieta Valentine. I've written 2 books, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. Now this is technology 2. I'm doing 2 videos on this because it's so important. Technology in a dementia unit. And we're going to continue with the smart TV because this is it's the one thing that dementia residents can have full access to. They're so restricted in this, institutionalized 24/7 confinement, and walking outside can be difficult unless they're taken outside, etc., etc. But with the smart TV, if there's someone in the unit that can coordinate the programs, the activity coordinator, be there and, let them have access to programs that they love and enjoy. It really is a liberation. It's a salvation for them, literally, I can tell you. The difference is day and night compared to TV. Now, for example, take Gone with the Wind. Now, many of the residents in their 90s have seen Gone with the Wind up to 3 or 4 times. They absolutely adore Gone with the Wind. I think it's something Scarlett O'Hara, Vivian Leigh, and Clark Gable, is it? Or the handsome man with the moustache and all the rest of it. Oh, yes, anyway, all of that. And so if they've seen Gone with the Wind 3 or 4 times, that's well in their good, that's entrenched in their past memory bank, remembering that past memory is much better than present memory. So when playing this musical to the residents at the unit, then stand beside the TV and be the MC, the host, the compere, and give them a little bit of an update before the musical starts so that they know what's coming on, who the main characters are, linking them in with the history of it, that they've probably seen it themselves, questions, answers, etc. And all of this, by the way, is mostly in the Resident's Rise epilogues second half on smart TV and how to use it. But, be creative, be dynamic, and because the thing is with dementia, you need to be lively, you need to be enthusiastic, articulate, not down and out, low voice, quiet, everything muted. It needs to be very out there because that way they can actually see and hear you clearly, see you clearly, and pick up either on gestures or your voice, or maybe both if they're lucky. But if there's sort of a multifactorial dramatic event going on, and that's interesting, interests them. That's the main thing, that interests them, that they can connect with, like The Crown and the Queen's Life, like the David Attenborough and the Beautiful Animals, like the musicals, like Gone with the Wind. If they can connect with it, just like all of us, isn't it? I mean, we only like doing something if we're interested, and if we're interested, we'll go all out. It's the same thing with dementia residents, really. And so that's why it's important to link in with what they're really interested in, and and ask them before playing the program, on the day, would you like, say that you've thought that Gone with the Wind would be a good musical to watch. Would everyone like that? But they may say, oh no, we saw it, a month ago, we'd rather see The Crown. So if they'd rather see The Crown, get a majority vote, democratic and all that, they all love to be part of the decision. Then if they want The Crown, play The Crown. Really, don't be fixed with the topic either, because that's the amazing thing, isn't it? With the smart TV, you can just flick into something else. It's fabulous. Now, say it's Gone with the Wind still, make sure that everyone's seated so they can see clearly, that no one's blocking the view, that the wanderers are not sort of standing stuck in the glare of the, lights, that they're sort of directed off nicely, that the light is good, close the curtains or whatever you need to do with the curtains. Make sure that the glasses are cleaned. For those that have glasses, which hopefully they do, prescription glasses better still, so they can see the screen and enjoy it. If not, if you can encourage relatives to get them glasses, that's a big mission, but really, really a worthwhile one. hearing aids, if they have them and they work well and they don't get irritated. Sometimes they pull them out and, you know, all the rest of it. But anyway, get them all set up. Make sure that it's probably quite a good idea if it can be played, you know, in between, say, lunch and afternoon tea, or between afternoon tea and dinner. But if not, morning and tea will come and go. Maybe help out a bit so that, you know, and try and sort of do it in the ads if you can, so they don't miss too much of the action. So this smart TV is the most tremendous thing out for residents, and honestly, they could sit and look at animals all day. They love looking at animals, those beautiful animals. You know, what about those lemurs, aren't they, that leap with the little padded feet from those massive, great, skinny, enormously high, treacherous peaks, you know, over leaping that distance in Madagascar, something like that. Actually, most of the animal programs, look at the beautiful, you know, coral reefs in Australia, the whales with their little babies, even if they're dead, you know, holding on to them for months and months or whatever, and all of that being explained, and exploring Siberia, the Arctic, Antarctic, polar bears. I mean, there's just so much, honestly. Animal programs, The Crown, a couple of good musicals, really, that goes such a long way to being able to stimulate the interest and keeping them, you know, engaged and entertained. It really is a massive help. On top of the press reading in the morning, and hopefully, you know, they're reading the newspaper, or hopefully they have their own newspaper and their magazines in their rooms, and all the activities and, you know, all the other stuff too, definitely continue. I mean, a lot of input is needed in a dementia unit for residents to keep them intellectually stimulated, which is the whole goal of it all. But the smart TV, marvellous. If you haven't got a smart TV as an activity coordinator, you have to make a lot more effort to give residents this quality experience. It can be done, but you need to bring in photos and books and National Geographic pictures, and yeah, a lot more effort needs to be made, because basically you have to sort of, you know, make up a whole sort of drama or program or series yourself to present to them, which can be done with reading out slots of Wikipedia and then lovely big photos from magazines or from the computer and all of that. You can, but it's a lot more effort and it's a lot more wearing, whereas really the Netflix does half the work, and then you just act as MC and coordinate alongside it. Brilliant. So I really admire any facility that takes on getting a smart TV in dementia units. It's very insightful if they can do that. I've been in units where they have, and it's such a great help. And also, if a Netflix subscription for 30 people, you know, it's only however much a month for 30 people. So many people getting benefit. And another thing is that relatives enjoy it. You know, they can sit with mum or dad and they can also have a nice time and not have to make the effort to sort of try and get the conversation going, which can be a bit of a mission sometimes, especially if they're feeling tired as well. But if they can sit and watch, you know, a movie, or, you know, Gone with the Wind, or a session of The Crown, then it's nice for relatives to enjoy their experience at the unit too, as well as the residents. You know, it's a community. So in that way, this smart TV, very, very good. Okay, so just to let you know, I said in the last technology video that last night, yesterday, I had a radio interview with Kate Delaney in America, Your America, those of you that are listening from America. America Radio Tonight, kvoi.com, Tucson, Arizona. Anyway, so Kate, it was about a 20-minute interview on these books, mainly The Resident's Voice. Now, you may well not have heard it. Being TikTok users, I don't know if you listen to the radio, but certainly, hopefully, maybe your mothers or fathers heard it. And so it's just a way of getting the word out, which is great. So I'll leave the links to the books below so that you can have a look at that. And thank you for your interest. Thank you for your time, the followers, and all the rest of it. Oh, and just to tell you, what happened was I haven't been online actually for a few days because I've been sorting out technology myself because my phone died with all the TikTok videos I was doing for this series. And so now I've got a big new, brand new, heavy thudova, it's a massive, it's quite a clunk, a big phone anyway, which can manage all this technology now that I'm doing for us in this community for dementia, so that we can help each other and help others that are struggling out there. So there should not be any problems in the future with that. Now I'll leave a link below for the 2 books, like I said. And also when the video from Kate Delaney comes in, the audio I should say, I'll put it online or in TikTok, however you do that, I'll find a way. And then if you want to listen to it within this program, then you can. That would be great. Thank you.